I'd like to start with a quote of Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Let us not forget that this independence has thrown us on great responsibilities. By independence, we have lost the excuse of blaming the British for anything going wrong. In this case, I think it is often the Congress. If hereafter things go wrong, we will have nobody to blame except ourselves. Sir, I rise to support this no confidence motion brought by India and by Gaurav Gogoi on behalf of the India team and my party, the DMK. So the first time in India, the judiciary had to intervene to protect a state. Isn't this shameful? Sir, the government proudly says in Manipur it is a double-engine government because it is a BJP government in the union and it's a BJP government in the state. But this double engine has become a double-edged weapon against the people of Manipur. A double disaster, a double breakdown. The PM, after returning from his trips abroad, chooses to speak to the media in a very rare occurrence outside the parliament. But he refuses to cross the threshold and come to parliament and speak with the fellow parliamentarians. A senior leader, Jaswant Sinha, day before yesterday in his article had mentioned, democracy is not defined by the beauty of its parliament building. It is dignified by the quality of its debates and the voice with which it speaks in unison on national issues. Today, India team is speaking in unison on national issues and you refuse and you fail to come here and respond to it. Sir, 170 people have been killed, thousands injured, 60,000 displaced, 3,500 homes have been burnt. People have been killed, as Kakuli mentioned. People have been beheaded, rapes on both sides. But when the Chief Minister of Manipur was asked, why have you not been able to control the situation for 3 months? The CM says, 2 brothers are fighting and the government is like a father mediating between them. Isn't this a shame? With the heavy security blanket the state has, the state of Manipur has the highest ratio of police personnel to civilians in India. 161 companies of central forces, including Assam Rifles, are present in Manipur, and yet the government has failed the people. The silence of the union government, the Prime Minister, and the inaction of the state government, which watched as houses burned, police armory was looted, and people killed each other. Women were being humiliated, stripped, paraded, raped, violated, and killed. This double engine stood hand in hand watching it all happening, saying brothers are fighting. The videos of these 2 women who were paraded naked and raped shook the conscience of the nation and the world. The 21-year-old girl's father and brother were killed when they were trying to protect her. So, when the mob caught this family, they ran to the police gypsy which was there. They begged them to take them in the gypsy to somewhere safe. But the policemen refused. When they got into the gypsy, they allowed the mob, the violent mob, to pull these 2 women out, and the father and the brother, out of the gypsy, and the policemen were watching in silence when the father was killed and the brother was killed and these 2 women were stripped.
Focusing on her.
The state police, the National Women's Commission and the State Women's Commission were all silently watching. Maybe they were wishing that this will miraculously vanish till the videos unfortunately went viral. And after many weeks and months, 5 or 6 people out of the mob were arrested. But time and again these women were asking why no action was taken against these policemen who handed them over to the violent mob. But till yesterday, the government chose to keep silent and it did not respond. The people have been mentioning Draupadi in this house.
नहीं आप बैठ जाइए आप बैठ जाइए
प्रवक्ता का चेहरा दिखाते
नहीं नहीं
आप जब भी इंडिया लाए
आप अपनी बात रखिए
तो कैमरा यहाँ पे नहीं, कैमरा आप पे आता है। ऐसा क्यों है?
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है आप कनीमोझी जी आप अपनी बात रखिए द अदर थिंग विल नॉट गो इनटू द रिकॉर्ड ओनली कनीमोझी स्पीच विल बी गोइंग इन रिकॉर्ड
Sir, the people have been mentioning Draupadi from Mahabharata in this house and how she was humiliated and stripped. So these women also must have prayed to some god to come and help them. God nor the government came to help these two women. And anybody who has read the Mahabharata properly knows that it is not the perpetrators of the crime alone who were punished, but the silent spectators who stood there like trees watching her being humiliated were also punished. They will be punished like they will be punished when they were silent in Hathras, Kathua, Unnao, Bilkis Banu, and when the wrestlers were protesting. The country, the nation, India, the mothers of India will punish them. So there are hundreds of relief camps. There are hundreds of relief camps, but there is no food, no water. It is overcrowded with no proper sanitation. The roofs are leaking and children have to live there. They cry out of fear and hunger. Is this what you call relief camps in this country? You don't even want to reach out to people who've lost everything, who had to walk for days to save their lives. You can't give them food, you can't give them protection, you can't ensure that the roofs don't leak. At Bishnupur, a woman said that people are saying my son has been killed, but I haven't seen his body. I refuse to believe that he has been killed. His best friend has told her that the son was killed, but she refuses to believe that he was killed because she lives in hope. She says, I hope that someday he'll come back alive to me. This is not just one mother who's saying this. There are brothers, fathers, families who wait, hoping that their loved ones are alive somewhere. Even if they're injured, they are there somewhere. A Methi girl in one of the camps asked me, you have come to see us, but why hasn't the Chief Minister or the Prime Minister bothered to come and visit us? We have lost our homes, families, livelihood. I will never go back to my home. I will never feel safe there. The government has let me down. Why hasn't anybody come here to wipe my tears? But instead of listening to her pain and comforting her, the BJP fake news team manufactures a narrative saying that she told the India team that I have faith in the Prime Minister. Why have you come here? Sir, the truth is, whether it is the Kukis, Nagas or Methi, we only saw despair and despondency in their eyes. I request the Prime Minister, this government, to reach out to these people and say that we care and justice will be done. Can't you do that much for people who've been hurt, who are bleeding? Sir, we went there to say India stands with you. We would like to know whether the government stands with them. The Chief Minister of Manipur has been blaming the Kukis and the Naga people for the drugs there and the drug cultivation. But a former SP, Ms. Brinda, blames the Chief Minister, the Chief Minister's office and the Manipur government for it. There have been many stories in the newspapers earlier that the pesticides and fertilizers which are being sent to the state are diverted for poppy cultivation and not for food production. Shouldn't we find out the truth? Should not there be a proper inquiry into what has been really happening? You brought the Sengol to the new parliament with big pomp and show. You said it is a Chola tradition. You don't know Tamil Nadu history properly. Have you heard about the Pandian Sengol? The Pandian Sengol which burnt, which shattered when the King Pei failed the common people. Do you know the story of Kandagi? Please stop imposing Hindi on us and go read the Silappadigaram. It has a lot of lessons to teach you all.